Yo,
Hey.
this is the Backyard Therapy. We on episode 26. Can't see it, but we know it. Who are we?
It's your boy Saint Dior.
Francois. And we got
the special guest here.
The usual.
Easy.
Hey.
back at it.
Alright.
So we talking about a couple things like usual. You know, we big talkers around here. But first we got to talk about our Bahamian Christian Council ring. That's the first thing.
What
we
that
gotta
is?
talk about.
Please don't say it.
We all know who they are.
Okay.
But they put out an interesting little. It was more or less a press release.
Yeah,
I suppose.
a statement.
A statement. Because you know we're in June now. It's Gay Pride Month. Everybody would know about that. It's a huge thing by now.
It's been happening for like a decade at least.
Yeah.
Come on.
But nowadays it's like huge. Like we got like in America, in San Francisco, I believe it was. Basically, they don't want any police presence at the rallies that they're having.
Yeah, I saw that.
At the parades, at the gay pride parades that they're
They're not allowed.
They're not allowed. We don't want no police presence here because they just bring like unnecessary pressure, discomfort, anxiety, especially how police be carrying on in America right now.
Yes.
Like bad man. Bad man. But you know, I don't know if we're gonna read the actual release here, but for those of you who have read it,
I'll go look it up.
Go look it up.
I'll you to do that.
But you know, it was a lot of them or whoever created this.
It was like posturing, eh?
Super posturing. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm gonna pull up right now, actually.
Okay.
Just for some kind of reference.
Yeah, but from what
terms, key statements.
Yeah. We will talk about a few key statements, especially kind of this first one. I guess I'll start off.
There's a lot of contradictions. I'll say that off the bat. So just prepare yourself.
Let's see. Bahamas Christian Council supports the right of each Bahamian to determine their own sexual preference and their own destiny, as the Bahamas does not believe in the mistreatment of citizens regardless of the sexual or other orientation. Okay. However, we do not believe that foreign governments who are guests in our country should leverage their influence to promote lifestyles that are inconsistent with the ideology of our country.
Okay.
A lot of people pointed that out as the first contradiction. I mean, I guess I'll let you start off.
It's crazy because they're saying that, okay, well, I'm simplifying it. Okay, we don't mind if you're gay. We don't mind if you have a different sexual preference, but if you're gay and you have a different sexual preference, you can't do that over here.
Yeah. That's weird. I mean, it's not really weird, but it's so hypocritical because I've never grown up as no staunch or strong Christian.
Yeah.
But I've always got the impression that true Christians are like, we gotta love one another.
It's love.
That's the songs that we sang in school.
Yeah.
So it's very weird to see that, you know, these group of people, the Christian Council are saying like, you know, we don't need these lifestyles that contradict our ideology. What is our ideology? What is the ideology of the country at the moment?
And you know, just them making that statement, it's like they're saying they can hide behind the fact that the culture itself don't like gayness. You know,
definitely.
Yeah. Like we don't have to go out and ask people about this. We already know gayness ain't gonna happen.
Basically dictating. They're speaking for everybody, and I don't like. My thing about it, at least so far, what you've read is that it's like they're speaking out, like we're saying this, like they're speaking for us, the common Bahamian person, which they're not.
Let me continue for a little bit.
Yeah.
The Bahamas is a sovereign democratic nation that determines its own ideals, norms, and laws. We respect the right of each nation to promote their beliefs in their own countries. Now,
Okay.
I think most people would know that an embassy is your own soil in another
country.
In another country.
Yes.
So I mean that is definitely a very strange thing to say.
Yes.
say.
Because they own that.
They own that.
They could do whatever the F
They want.
they want.
But they don't own the visual space, so I can still see.
I can still see. Yeah, you're right. I can still see it. So that's a problem, man. What do I tell my kids, man? What do I tell my kids,
What do I tell my kids about this flag?
About the
That's
flag,
a rainbow.
the rainbow,
Oh
wow.
my god! Oh my gosh! Lucky Charms. My kids can't eat Lucky Charms anymore. What are y'all dealing with, man?
Let me continue. We see the position of the United States Embassy as overreaching and insensitive to the moral and ideological position of this country regarding the lifestyles of homosexuality.
Bro,
The Bahamas believes in the traditional family structure of one man and one woman. Hence, the decision to hoist and fly the pride flag in a country whose moral and Judeo-Christian position is not only evident but prominent is deeply concerning and could easily be perceived offensive to many of our citizens.
most Bahamians don't know what Judeo-Christian even means.
Definitely not.
So like
Definitely
I don't even
not.
know why they even put they wanted to sound much more intelligent than they actually are, bro. Why would they say that? There's so much to unpack what you said just now.
Yeah.
I can let someone else talk.
Yeah.
I mean, what is deeply concerning is how they could just assume this and put this out on the first day, the
Yeah.
very first
Very
day.
first. I mean, you're right. You're right. They sat down, like got together and like in the round table, like, wait, we need to put out a statement.
Something's happening.
We need to put out a statement to solidify our stance, way.
Mhm.
So these people know
That we ain't having
we
that.
ain't having that way in our country.
Yo, I would see if there was like some big, like some parade, like some planning of a parade. This ain't no parade. Most Bahamians aren't preferable of homosexual people. So, from my I guess experience in the past, so I can't understand why they go so hard for them raising the flag.
See, now I think they're probably very frightened of that slippery slope to say like, oh,
It could lead into that.
they raising the
Right.
flag. Oh, now they want to do these parades around town. And
Bro.
what am I gonna tell my kids? It's like I think if you ask most people like, what is the big deal about it, they can't give you an answer that is
Logical. It won't
It's
be
gotta
logical.
be religious.
It's gonna be based off of faith in what they believe.
and just what they heard,
What they've heard.
from their pastor or something.
Exactly.
Give me a break.
What else? What else? What else are you talking about on that? Because they wild.
Let's see. I kind of lost where I was. Okay, if we allow this to occur without challenging it,
Oh.
it opens the door for the United States and other foreign nations to influence our social structure today and then our political structure tomorrow by way of diplomatic
You
bullying.
mean our rape culture?
Dog, we believe that all foreign diplomats should appreciate how offensive it is to attempt to impose their ideology onto other nations, as they will never stand for us to do the same in their country. This is a matter of respect and diplomatic assault upon the consciousness of our Bahamian society.
Of the Bro, we wasn't even thinking about this.
The consciousness of the
Were you thinking about
Bahamian
this?
society.
It's such an impactful
Yeah,
way to
man.
put it. Like,
Yeah, were you thinking about this one?
No.
Okay,
No.
I don't know. We affected now.
I mean, if we allow this to occur without challenging it,
How?
I mean,
what could you do, Andrew?
bro, there's nothing. I don't think there's anything you could really do to stop it. Our generation and Generation Z, the ones under us, and whoever else is coming up
Coming out, yeah.
behind us, they're gonna be kind of the free boys. They're gonna be the wild boys. I mean, they're gonna be.
Able to pay.
They're like we're already the ones who are like openly gay. Like how we just talked about a while ago. How much dykes we see. How much lesbian couples we see
Yep.
out here just doing regular stuff.
Regular stuff.
Mhm.
It's becoming so much more commonplace.
It's very common.
And it's, I'd say, very much more. I said in the past, but it's more acceptable now because I've noticed a trend, even just saying on social media, of a lot of these. Because people like to put the info in their bio, and they'd have
Right.
the flag there,
Right.
and they'd be like, "Alright, bio something," and they just be talking about women in a way in which men don't even talk about women.
Yeah.
They'd be a little bit even more thirsty or whatever, and they get positive. What they're saying, like, so they know what they're doing.
Positive
It's acceptable, and I'm happy that that's happening. But
For sure.
it makes me angry that a simple flag being raised on causing these guys to come out the woodwork, because they only come out the woodwork when it's like threatening to their children. That's what we can name this episode. Be the children. Something about the children. What am I gonna tell the kids?
What am I gonna tell my kids?
What am I gonna tell my kids about a flag, dog?
I don't know if I probably lose my Bahamian card for saying this, but this is one of the things that's make me like most embarrassed to be Bahamian, because it's like this, like, how stuck are we in the old times that we still have this mentality
Bro.
of that. And I think this statement is very like, it's
telling.
It's not only telling, but it's very it speaks to how blind. What am I trying to say? It speaks to how like these guys just are not seeing
With it.
They're not seeing they're not with the times. They're not seeing
Yeah.
the bigger picture. I couldn't find the word for it.
Yeah.
They're not seeing humanity in just another person.
They don't wanna-
just being who they are.
I think that they don't want to accept it, and
Still adapting.
in not accepting it, they're refusing it, and now they're taking offense to it. So now they want to, like, that challenge word kind of triggered me. Like, what do you mean? What do you think they mean by challenge? How do you challenge them?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are you gonna?
A flag?
A flag? What are you gonna do? Burn the flag on their soil?
Y'all running up? What y'all could do an insurrection? Like what's gonna happen? Like, how y'all gonna challenge them? Are y'all gonna sue them for a flag?
We hope the U.S. Embassy would reconsider their bullish agenda of forcing other nations to accept their social experiments, of which they themselves are not united, and use their
Wow.
force and might on noble missions such as solving world hunger. I don't think,
Wow.
I honestly and truly don't think like this is something that the government, like, they're trying to imply like, oh, the government is like pushing this. I mean, maybe in some facets, but it's not like gay pride is like started from the people.
Yeah.
These are like gay people who are like tired of like
Oppression.
from these government laws. Like,
Yep.
if you're trans, you can't like
Yeah,
do certain
this.
things, or we could refuse you service.
Mhm.
These are the people are the ones who are pushing this movement. So what are you talking about?
I don't.
Who are these people? Man?
Yeah, who? Just a bunch of old heads. And that's one of the questions that I wanted to ask in the beginning. Who's the Christian Council, and why is the Christian Council? Y'all listeners, y'all tell us. Y'all let us know. Why do we need them? Do we actually need them? Who are they a part of the government? How much power they have, and why do they not bring some young people in who could actually do some change? Who are actually with the times? Who actually have a different understanding of Christianity in the Bible?
That goes in our country. We just have old people who just want to
around.
remain in their positions until they die,
You gotta get
and
that
then
pension.
even afterwards.
You're right.
But the sad thing is, it ain't even because they interested. It's just because they had it and they're comfortable doing it, and they ain't
Change.
trying to change.
They change. That's one thing that I realized with even certain family members. Like, they're just afraid of change.
A lot of people do not like change.
They do not like change. They cannot accept change.
Yeah.
If it's different, they will kill themselves. They will like not be the same way. They cannot accept a different lifestyle, and they think that's a foolish way to live.
Mm.
But that's the Christian Council.
Yeah, but
That's statement.
That's them.
That's their mic drop. Let's see. We'll update you if the U.S. Embassy even responds.
Why should they?
Why should they? Yeah, like nobody takes the Christian Council too serious anyway. I have these young kids talk with them on Twitter.
Anyway,
They be tripping.
they kind of a meme nowadays. In my eyes, anyway. From what I can see in the socials.
Yeah.
Hurricane season started today, I believe.
It's a nasty time.
Very nasty time.
There's a bunch of rain.
A bunch of rain. It's gonna be a bunch of
Oh my
mosquitoes.
God, it's very dirty. Yep, mosquitoes.
Yeah,
No, the mosquitoes are already out.
They are.
The
They are.
mosquitoes are out.
They are.
The rain is crazy. The potholes are wilding and hiding.
They are.
Simple.
Yeah,
The sinkholes are forming.
And so expect the roads to get worse. Expect people to drive crazy. Expect to see an accident every like an hour. So expect people to start hoarding because they're gonna be like, okay, a hurricane's coming. So, and you see Nima keep sending you messages. You been getting them?
Yeah. I get NEMA texts all the time.
They be messaging me dead. Like they be scamming me, right?
Like 2 a.m.
They
and stuff.
scam me, right?
It's like, bro, who's
But I ask
messaging
me,
me?
like, no, something happened. So it's like because it's being all caps.
Yeah, you're right. And all
It's
gas.
scary, but Dorian.
Yeah, but that happened in 2019. I think, and we know. Well, I know that people probably haven't really prepared the way they should have. But we saw with Dorian how it was carrying on in Abaco way.
Yes.
That's a reality for New Providence as well. There ain't nothing stopping ain't nothing stopping that from happening here.
We're below sea level.
Yeah.
We literally could get destroyed if the right hurricane touches us.
Yeah, man.
It's just simple as that.
Simple as that. If you're not high up, you're finished.
And a lot of people.
If you're south, yeah.
So exactly.
If you're south, you're finished.
Have been sold land that was actually swamp. Like my Grammy always tell me, and my mommy even tell me, like back in the day, a lot of places that are now housed in the south and even like Carmichael and other places, they were actually just swamps. They were swamps. So it's like people. That's why like when it floods, it goes down and then it rises so high.
Yeah.
And people don't know that. They're just living there and they're like, wait, I can't imagine that place.
It's probably horrible. I mean, wait, we've seen the videos from Abaco.
Yeah.
These brothers would be on their second floor of their house, and their window, the sea waters above their window, splashing and stuff.
Yeah,
it's like,
that's crazy.
bruh, that is scary, way.
That is scary.
That is very scary.
Reminiscent of a tsunami.
That's a surge, man. That friggin' surge, man. That surge is almost probably just as bad as the winds.
And if that's Abaco, you see how small we are?
We are, man. This whole island.
Get touched.
The island would vanish
We get
from
touched.
Google Earth, man.
Slap us right up. What would you say your worst hurricane experience was?
Worst hurricane experience.
Oh, what's
Well,
yeah?
it was Matthew for sure.
Matthew.
I spent Matthew up here actually. Funny story. That was just Matthew was pretty strong. I'm up on the 5th floor, and the roof caved in.
Jeez.
Right here, actually, right above where we were recording. The roof caved in.
Like,
It didn't really cave in, but it was like water was coming through. So I was up here. I was just like mopping. I was hungry. I was mopping. That day seemed like a day's way because water was coming in.
Yeah, my boy, like a slave.
Yeah, I felt like a zombie way because I was like just trying to protect the electronics and stuff.
Yeah.
I know if I left, it was just gonna be fucked up way. So I was like, I have to stay here. I was just mopping. My hands were raw because I was mopping the whole day. Yeah, but it was crazy. It was a crazy time.
It was a battle.
Yeah, but it was a battle.
What was that time when they came and got you?
That was the same time.
That was the same
That was
time?
the same time.
That was a crazy night.
Yeah, babe.
So on the way going to Andrew, mind you, power's off.
Everywhere.
I got hit the Eastern Road. I mean, my mom was cheap and I didn't get her out for borrowing the whip. Oh, why are you doing that? That's like, I gotta go save Andrew. Wait. So, I hop in the whip, driving through. There's a bunch of water. Da da da. I get on the eastern road. They flipping see tree in the road. They say, "Oh Lord!" They see people outside looking. And it's like, wait. I got to turn around. I had to go through flipping Fox Hill. There's a bunch of water. People driving through. People getting like the cars stuck in the middle of the road. Like trying to go through. And babe, I got to Andrew. I was like, babe, we gotta go, babe. Picked them up. Went back. At that time, I think we could have hit the east. No, we started going up east. We started going up East Bay, and we started seeing cars turning around and coming towards us. It was literally like some movie apocalyptic stuff, dog.
Yeah.
So we had to turn around, go another route, then go by me, and then that was things.
Nassau is always, I guess it's the same for anywhere, but it's always very interesting to see, like, to drive around, not during the storm, but like a little bit afterwards, like, you know, when it passes and stuff. Drive around on these like familiar routes just to see like trees in the road, yards, like their walls are just blown away.
Yep. Everything's brighter because all the leaves
are on the ground, so everything is brighter. It's like it's
weird.
Yeah,
you actually get to see what Nassau really is. The skeleton.
Yeah.
It feels like what it is. I can't remember my worst hurricane experience, but I'd say it definitely used to be ones when I was younger where there were like no power for days.
Yep.
It used to be hot.
Yep.
I used to have to just sleep.
Literal
days. Like not even the food situation. Because we used to have, my mommy, I know a lot of things for that. She always had stuff stocked up.
Yeah.
But it was just the nights were horrid.
Yeah, but
because it just used to be heat.
Hot.
Heat, mosquitoes, nothing to do.
Yeah.
And then we were unfortunate to have a generator or like something where we could like house some lighting so you could like do some crafts or anything. That you just had to like try do something.
Yeah.
But I don't know, but hurricane season it's the thing. We live in a tropical area. We need to get out of here.
Yeah. We live right in the midst. I mean, hurricanes, they traveling further now, man. They getting stronger. They traveling.
You
further.
wanna know why? Because the hurricane machine upgrade. There's a 2021 version.
You're right. Every year.
South Africa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every year they sit on the cliff of South Africa and they just like look upon the ocean.
They say Nassau.
And they say the Bahamas right over there. They said that button. It's whirl up.
It's wind up.
Yeah, it's wind up.
It's wind up in the distance.
Yeah. But hurricanes are getting stronger. They traveling further. Like even if we like go escape to Canada,
yes,
hurricanes going up there too.
The hurricanes are traveling to places they've never traveled before.
Yeah,
and people have to understand that.
Yeah, it's getting
that's
real out here. It's getting real.
I remember a point where there were Americans that didn't know what a hurricane was. They knew what tornadoes were, but they didn't know what a hurricane was. Like when I went to college, I had to tell people about hurricanes.
Now they touching down.
What it is, and they're like, "Oh snap!" They're scared. They're actually. I've seen some Americans that are more scared of hurricanes than tornadoes. I don't know.
Hurricane's scary, but
especially if you live in the South. If you're in Florida, and then you see what happened in Houston.
It's because that surge, way like, that hurricane has pushed them waters. Where them waters come in, maybe 6, 8, 10 feet high. There's no escape, way.
There's nothing.
If you ain't up,
there's nothing you can do about that. That's just you. And your house is destroyed. And then.
It's in the southern United States, Louisiana.
Yep.
I mean, look what Katrina did there. Yep. Those niggas are low. Their house is low.
Yeah, and then in fact, I think some people still suffering in certain areas because of that too around America. So not Katrina per se, but that flooding in Houston.
Yeah, man.
Power's still out in a lot of places, and Detroit, that good old Michigan top water, that's still pumping. It's still pumping through.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah.
They ain't deal with that yet.
That Flint, Michigan, sunny heat. Yeah, man. They need that.
Yellow.
So Naomi Osaka.
Yes.
You wanted to touch on her a little
Yes,
bit?
I wanted to talk about Naomi Osaka. I'm a big fan. Your waifu, even though I know you with your boy. Respects and all that. She is the second greatest. I'm not even gonna just say female. She's the second greatest tennis athlete in the sport. I would say female because I think there's a couple people. But anyway.
After who? We know who?
Serena.
Of course. Okay.
Yeah.
They've been cool. They didn't talk and whatnot. But she withdrew from I think it's the French Open due to personal and mental health.
Right.
She was like, not stating exactly what she said, but paraphrasing, she was like, I'm not in the best mental space right now. I really don't like talking to the press. I have anxiety. And she said this years ago, even when she won the title back in the day, and I watched a clip of it. And people were getting angry. They were like saying, well, I think they tried to fine her.
They did find out.
So they fined her, and what did they do? Suspend her or something like that?
I don't think they suspended her.
Oh, they did something else.
Yeah.
They fined her and they did something else. I can't remember exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But people have been getting on her about it, and I think that's ridiculous. But if she does not want to participate, she don't have to participate.
It's probably like a contractual thing.
You think so?
Is it?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I think you sign up for tournaments.
I mean, like contractual that you have to do, like the press.
The press?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, the press aspect of it. That may be the case. I don't know about tennis. I know in basketball and football
Yeah,
they have to.
They have to.
In tennis, I'm not sure exactly, but I still think that now it's opening a bigger conversation as to say, should this be a thing?
You mean should the press
Be mandatory in your contract, like that you have to talk to the press to any degree?
I mean, I remember about a year or two ago, people were jumping on her, Naomi Osaka, because she represented Japan when she played. Black people. They always like to jump up on these things. They're like, "Hey, you're black. Well, how are you representing Japan?" It was like she's born over there, man.
Yeah.
She's born over there. She probably has more ties and connection to Japan than she does.
The name is I don't know Osaka. I don't know what to tell people. I mean, people gotta stop trying to dictate other people's lives too.
I can never stop.
Not gonna stop, but I hope that things change in sports with people having to speak to the press, because not everybody is suited to address a bunch of cameras and people facing them. People snap, people change, and that affects them, and it's clearly having mental and physical effects on the athletes. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, apparently tennis players are mandated to speak to the media after every match, no matter how annoying it could be or how it could affect them. So that sucks.
That's just profit driven for them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Sponsorships, ads, more airtime. Just. But then it brings me back to Marshawn Lynch when he used to do press.
Right.
He used to kill me, but I love him, babe. These talk them, these be like, so Mr. Lynch, how do you feel you did in the game? Y'all know what I'm here for. And then he was just like, I'm just here, yeah. Just saying regular things or just saying, y'all know what I'm here for, just eating some Skittles. Yeah. And I felt like that was so cool because since y'all gonna make me do this, I'm not gonna just do this I'm not
gonna show you. I'm not gonna enjoy it.
Exactly.
If I have to do it, I'm gonna do it.
It shouldn't be every game, bro.
It's every game, though.
Every game. And in every sport, you gotta sit down and talk. Not in every sport, but most of the sports, you gotta sit down and be like, oh yeah, like after you literally almost get destroyed doing the sport, you gotta come and talk to these people, ask you stupid questions, babe.
Yeah.
Like when the dude asked Russell Westbrook, I mean not Russell Westbrook, yeah, Russell Westbrook, how he felt what he did in the game. Did he win or lose?
That is a classic one. I love to see like reporters like being dumb and then like
what are you talking about?
Niggas like, wait, what are you talking
What
about?
are you
Like
actually, bro? What?
Next, like this nigga just he ain't making no sense.
That brings me to another point before we close up.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of fans, not attempting to assault, but like distracting and messing with players in sports recently.
Yeah.
Trey Young
I
was apparently spot on.
saw that.
Kyrie Irving, somebody threw a bottle at him. That person got banned, and I think they're facing some charges.
Yeah.
And then something else happened to someone else. How do you feel about that? What's going on?
I mean, it's just fans being.
Oh yeah, popcorn. Somebody poured popcorn on. I think somebody said.
I mean, I think the way they're doing it now makes sense to me. I mean, if people trying to interrupt, like you're only a spectator. This is a game happening. Like let it happen. Why are you trying like throwing your popcorn or throwing your bottle of water? I mean, that could do a lot, and you should be fined for it.
Yeah.
I think what's emboldened a lot of people in terms of that nowadays is, you know, they have more access to these people via social media. They might feel like they know them and like they're friends in their heads, you know.
Right.
That's a phenomenon that seems to happen. I don't know how.
Yeah, some expectation of like you owe me. Yeah,
Yeah.
And then they go to these games and they do these shit and
they pay a lot of money to do this. When you
Yeah,
think about
it's
it,
worth it to them.
It's strange, but it is worth it to them.
I could not see myself paying money to go to a game,
To be banned for life.
to go and assault somebody or talk foolishness to somebody that probably makes so much more money than me. Clearly more talented than me. Like what am I talking about? Like when I see like those rich, even if they rich, white tan, you know, with the fake supermodel wife,
Right.
white men with the jersey on, like dissing and cursing them, I'd be like, bro, look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you, dog.
Take your time, man.
How are you talking to this man that's been working his whole life, perfecting his craft at the sport, who could take your wife in a second, actually?
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
like, how are you talking to this man? If this man brush past you,
You'll crumble.
you'll crack.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
You'll fumble right up. But yeah.
That's a show, eh?
Yeah, that's this episode.
Yeah, I mean, that's the episode. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for showing up.
Thanks for showing up. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of things coming up. We will be shooting someplace cool. We will announce more on our social medias in future episodes.
Yeah.
So
keep it real. Thanks for Air for coming out as usual.
Yep.
Showing up. Check the description
Mhm.
for our links.
Figure that all out.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Peace.